Hello, dear one. You are safe here. You are heard. Take a gentle breath with me. Let it flow in and then let it out slowly. There's no rush, no pressure, just this moment. This is your time to be supported, uplifted, and wrapped in a warm space of love and healing. The world may feel noisy or fast, but right now we're going to slow it down because your well-being matters and everything begins, not with the outside world, but with your inner world. It all begins with thought. You may not always feel in control of your thoughts, especially when the world feels uncertain or overwhelming. But let me share a beautiful truth with you. Your thoughts are not just ideas floating in your head. They are living, breathing seeds of energy. And what you plant, you grow. Thought becomes matter. It shows up in the body, in your feelings, and in your experiences. When a kind thought is nurtured, it becomes comfort. When a thought is full of fear, it can become tension in the chest or worry in the stomach. But you are not powerless in this. You can choose again. You can choose grace. Grace is soft. Grace does not punish. Grace is not something you must earn or chase. It is already here, waiting for you to open to it. So when your thoughts feel heavy, when your heart feels full of confusion or sadness, I want you to pause and say gently, I am willing to think a new thought. I am willing to invite grace into my mind. Even this small willingness has power. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to feel strong all the time. All you need is a little opening, a tiny crack where the light can come through. That's where grace begins. And sometimes the first step is simply becoming aware of how you speak to yourself in your quiet moments, aware of what you say when you make a mistake or when you're feeling uncertain. Do you speak with love, or do you hear a voice that is hard, that expects you to be perfect? We learn so many messages from the world around us, but not all of them are true. Not all of them are kind. You are allowed to let go of the voices that do not serve you. You are allowed to speak to yourself like someone who is deeply precious. Let's say this softly together. I am gentle with myself today. I choose thoughts that bring me peace. Feel those words as you say them, not rushed, not forced, just offered. Your body responds to your thoughts, and when you feed it kindness, it blooms in safety. You may even notice your breath slows down, your shoulders drop, and your heart feels a little more open. That's not by accident. That's the power of conscious thought. That's grace taking form. You are not just reacting to life, you are creating it. With every thought, you are shaping the ground beneath your feet. This doesn't mean you must be perfect in every moment. It means you can bring awareness, presence, and love into your thinking. And when you do that, you begin to shift your entire life. You become the artist, painting with the colors of your mind. Now, before we go any further, let's take a moment to honor how far you've come. You are here. You are listening. That means there is already a deep desire within you for healing, for peace, for a more beautiful life. That desire is not weakness. It is wisdom. It means your spirit is guiding you. And grace follows that desire like a gentle breeze. You don't need to chase it. You simply allow it to move through you. So let's speak another truth together, a whisper of healing. Each thought I think is a message to my body and my life. I now choose loving messages. Repeat that as often as you like. Let it be a soft hum in your day, on your morning walk, while you make tea, as you sit in quiet moments. Thoughts have energy, and when they are loving, they carry healing with them. And healing doesn't always mean fixing something. Sometimes healing means softening into what is, accepting yourself right here, right now, and knowing you are enough. Let's look gently at what may still be holding you back. Sometimes we carry thoughts we don't even notice, old beliefs, wounds that speak in quiet whispers, thoughts that say, I'm not good enough, or it's too late, or I'll never be okay. These are not your truths. They are echoes from moments of pain, moments when someone or something convinced you to doubt yourself. But the truth is, you were never broken. You may have been bruised. You may have forgotten your light, but it is still there, and we can begin to uncover it now. To clear space for grace, we first bring love to what is, not to push it away, not to fix it with force, but to hold it with understanding. Take a moment if you feel ready and gently ask yourself, what thought am I holding that feels heavy? Don't rush the answer. It may come as a feeling, an image, or a quiet word. Whatever it is, breathe with it. Let it rise without judgment, and then softly say, I see you. I understand why you are here, and I am ready to think something new. This is how we release, not with shame, not with guilt, but with compassion. The same way we would comfort a child who feels afraid. That is the energy we bring to our thoughts, because each thought is like a child of the mind, learning, growing, sometimes scared, but always wanting love. When we offer that love, everything changes, and yes, it takes practice. That's why grace is so important. Grace gives us room to be human, to learn, to stumble and try again. Grace never says, you should have known better. Grace says, you're doing the best you can, and I am here with you. You deserve that voice in your life. You can be that voice for yourself. Try writing down the thought that hurts, and next to it, write a new thought that brings ease. For example, old thought, I never do anything right. New thought, I am learning and I grow stronger with each step. Do you feel the difference? That is healing in motion. That is thought becoming grace. Let us gently speak one more affirmation now. I forgive myself for past thoughts. I am free to choose peace in this moment. Feel the weight lift. Feel your inner space becoming clearer, softer, more open. This is the beginning of grace, a grace that lives in your breath, in your words, in the silent corners of your heart. And as your thoughts shift, so does your world. Thought becomes matter. What you think, you begin to live. What you love, you begin to create. So take your time. Be kind to yourself in this process. There's no finish line, no prize for rushing. There is only this journey of returning to your center again and again until peace becomes your natural home. Let grace hold your hand today. Let your thoughts be a prayer, and let your life become the answer. You are ready. You are safe. You are loved. There is something deeply sacred about allowing yourself to let go. Not because letting go means forgetting or pretending something didn't hurt, but because when you release, you create space. Space for something softer, something kinder, something true. So many carry thoughts that once protected them, but now only build walls inside the heart. The old ways of thinking might say, I have to be strong all the time, or if I expect the worst, I won't be disappointed. But those thoughts are not kindness. They are armor. And after a while, even armor becomes too heavy to wear. You are allowed to release. You are allowed to exhale. You are allowed to say, I don't need this anymore. And as you do, something begins to shift. This is not about pushing away the past. It's about giving yourself the grace to grow beyond it. Because you are not who you were yesterday. You are not bound to the thoughts you used to believe. Life is always offering you a new beginning, and that beginning starts within. Let's take a simple practice together. Gently bring to mind a thought that you've outgrown. It may whisper doubt or fear or make you feel small. Hold it in your awareness. Don't fight it. Just see it clearly, as if it were written on a page in front of you. And now imagine, with ease, you pick up a pen and write a new sentence underneath it. A sentence full of grace. A sentence that honors your truth. Maybe it says, I am enough as I am, or I trust myself now, or simply, I let go. This is how we clear space for grace to grow, not with effort, with willingness, with love. You may even feel your body respond. A gentle loosening in your chest, a breath that comes more easily, because the body listens when the mind chooses kindness. Thought becomes matter, and love becomes healing. Grace is not far away. It is not a special reward for perfect behavior. Grace is a choice, a soft inner decision to see life through a different lens, to pause before reacting, to choose words that soothe instead of harm, and most of all, to treat your own thoughts as sacred. When you wake in the morning and the mind begins to race, Grace says, let's slow down. Let's begin gently. When you make a mistake, Grace says, you're learning. You're human. You are still worthy. Choosing grace doesn't mean you'll never feel frustration or fear. It means you won't let those feelings rule your inner world. It means that when difficult thoughts appear, you can meet them with softness instead of self-punishment. You can breathe and say, I see you, and I choose peace. That choice is powerful, not loud, not dramatic, but deeply powerful. You can begin practicing this right now. The next time a thought rises that makes you feel anxious or small, pause. Place your hand over your heart if you like, and say gently, there is another way. I choose grace. Say it again, as many times as you need. Let it become a rhythm, a kindness that walks beside you. This is not about pushing anything away. It is about creating a new pattern, a path of grace that leads you back to your center. Even when others are caught in fear or blame, you can stay rooted in grace. Even when circumstances feel heavy, you can choose your thoughts with care. You are not responsible for what others think, but you are deeply responsible for what you think and how you nourish yourself with those thoughts. That is where your power lives, not in changing the world around you, but in choosing how you meet it. The most beautiful thing happens when you begin to think with grace. Your body listens, your energy changes, your spirit becomes lighter, and slowly the world around you starts to reflect that shift. Not because you forced it, but because your thoughts have become a new language of love. Let's gently affirm this together. I choose to see the world with grace. I choose to speak to myself with love. When you repeat this, notice what it brings up inside you. Maybe there's resistance. That's okay. Grace makes room for resistance too. It says, even this is welcome. And with time, even the hardest thoughts begin to soften, like ice melting in the warmth of spring. Now let us talk about the healing that comes from loving thought. Thought that does not criticize or judge, but nurtures and supports. So many aches in the body are echoes of thoughts that have gone unheard for too long. When you think, I'm not safe, the body prepares to defend. When you think, I am alone, the heart contracts. But when you begin to think, I am supported or I am lovable, something inside starts to rest. The body doesn't need to protect itself from love. Loving thought is medicine, not only for the mind, but for the body and spirit. It brings balance where there was chaos. It brings gentleness where there was tension. You may not always notice the change immediately, but over time, loving thoughts become a steady presence, a soft whisper that reminds you of your own goodness. You don't need permission to think in this way. You already have the right to speak to yourself with love. If the thought arises, I don't deserve love, simply pause, breathe, and say, that is an old story. I am writing a new one now. That's all it takes. A choice, a moment, a shift in direction, and you'll begin to see how loving thought truly heals. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful forms of loving thought. Not forgiveness to erase the past, but to free yourself from carrying it. To say, I choose not to live in that memory anymore. I choose to love myself forward. This is not a weakness. It is a profound strength, a quiet power that says, I honor my healing more than my pain. Try this today. Speak to yourself as if you were someone you deeply cherish. When you feel tired, say, you're allowed to rest. When you feel uncertain, say, I trust the path is unfolding. When you feel sad, say, you are held in love even now. These thoughts are not fantasies. They are new foundations, and they will hold you gently through all seasons of life. Say softly now, my thoughts are healing. I create peace within me, and that peace flows into every part of my being. Can you feel the ripple of that truth? It may feel subtle, but it is real, and it builds with every repetition, every act of grace you offer to your inner world. This is not just thinking, this is transformation. Every time you bring a kind thought into your awareness, you are creating a new pattern in the body. The cells respond, the heart responds, the nervous system begins to soften. This is why the mind-body connection is so important, because your thoughts are not trapped in your head. They are flowing through your entire being. They matter. They shape the quality of your life. So offer yourself thoughts that bring you home, words that heal, phrases that soothe. Create a little ritual if you wish. Perhaps each morning you place your hand on your heart and whisper one loving truth to yourself. That simple act carries more power than you can imagine, because it says to the whole of you, I am safe with myself. I am supported by my own love. And when loving thought becomes your daily practice, your life begins to reflect that love. Not all at once, not always in big ways, but in soft, consistent waves. You begin to notice more beauty. You find more ease in difficult moments. You speak more kindly, even when things feel uncertain. And that is the miracle of healing. Not that everything is perfect, but that you meet life with grace again and again until peace becomes your natural way of being. There is something truly powerful that happens when you begin to live your thoughts. Not just speak them, not just wish them, but carry them in your posture, your habits, your choices. When loving thought becomes your compass, your actions start to reflect your inner shift. It is not about doing more. It's about doing things with softness, with awareness, with grace. So often the outside world tells us we must push, chase, prove. That worth is measured by what we achieve or how much we give away. But grace invites you to do things differently. It says, pause, come home. Let your actions come from love, not from lack. And this changes everything. Imagine beginning your day not with hurry, but with intention. You wake, and before anything else, you speak kindly to yourself. Today I choose peace. Today I move with grace. Then each step you take, making breakfast, speaking with others, walking down the street, becomes an extension of that choice. You are no longer reacting to the noise around you. You are rooted in your own clarity. Grace in action looks like patience when things don't go your way. It looks like saying no when something drains your spirit. It looks like tending to your body with rest, with movement, with nourishment, not because you are trying to fix it, but because you love it. These are not small things. These are sacred acts, each one a ripple of healing through your life. Try this. Choose one moment in your day to stop and ask yourself, what would grace look like right now? Maybe it means taking a breath. Maybe it means smiling at yourself in the mirror. Maybe it means choosing silence instead of rushing to explain. Whatever the answer is, trust it. Grace is gentle, and it speaks quietly, but it always leads you home. And sometimes grace means choosing thoughts that feel unfamiliar, thoughts that feel too kind, too soft, especially if you're used to being hard on yourself. But these thoughts are like new paths being formed in your heart. At first, they may feel strange, but with time, they become your foundation. Now let's speak another truth together. Every action I take is a reflection of the love I hold within. I choose to move with grace. As these words settle in, feel how your energy shifts. You no longer need to strive or struggle. You can trust the rhythm of life and walk gently in it. And the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Grace isn't something you have to think about. It begins to live through you. Our bodies, too, tell the story of our thoughts. Each ache, each tightness, is a form of communication. When your shoulders tense, perhaps a part of you is holding too much. When your stomach clenches, perhaps there's fear that needs comfort. We don't blame the body. We listen. We say, thank you for speaking. I hear you. I'm here now. When we think harshly, the body often responds with tension or fatigue. But when we think with love, the body softens. It breathes. It heals. This is not magic. This is the natural intelligence of your being responding to your inner climate. And when you fill that climate with peace, the body thrives. If you've been feeling aches that don't seem to go away, gently ask yourself, what thought might be living here? Not to judge, but to understand. Healing begins with awareness. It's okay to say, I didn't know I was carrying this. And then choose a new intention. I now invite peace to flow into this space. This practice doesn't require force. It doesn't need long hours or deep study. It just needs love. A few quiet minutes each day where you bring awareness to your thoughts, offer them kindness, and let that kindness move into your body. Try sitting in stillness and placing both hands over your heart. Close your eyes and speak silently. I send loving thoughts to every part of my body. I am a safe place for healing to happen. Feel the warmth of those words. Let them settle. Your body is listening, and your body knows how to heal when given the chance. When you begin to live with grace, your home within becomes peaceful. You create a sanctuary inside you that nothing outside can take away. This peace becomes your shield, your refuge, your strength. It shows up in how you speak to yourself, in how you treat your body, in how you care for your heart. You start choosing quiet moments over chaos, stillness over noise. You light candles not just for the room, but for your soul. You walk a little slower, breathe a little deeper, and life starts to feel like something sacred again. One of the most beautiful ways to nurture this peace is through daily intention. Begin your mornings not by checking the world, but by checking in with yourself. Ask gently, how would I like to feel today? Then choose thoughts that support that feeling. Let that be your guiding light. And in the evening, reflect with love, not with judgment, but with appreciation. I did the best I could today. I brought love where I could. I rest now in peace. These small moments become anchors of grace in your life. Affirmations can support this beautifully, not as demands, but as reminders of truth. Let a few be part of your daily rhythm. I am a safe place for love to live. I bring grace to every space I enter. My thoughts are gentle, and my heart is free. You may write them down, speak them aloud, whisper them before sleep. Let them become a song that plays quietly within you, and know always that there is no wrong way to return to love. Healing doesn't happen all at once. It happens in little choices, in quiet moments, in the thoughts you choose to believe. When those thoughts are rooted in grace, your entire life shifts, gently, lovingly, powerfully. You are not here to struggle endlessly. You are here to grow, to love, to live with joy. You deserve peace. You deserve ease. And you can create it, not from outside, but from within. It begins with one thought, one breath, one step toward grace. So, as we close this time together, take this with you. You are not broken. You are becoming. Every moment you choose love over fear, softness over shame. You change the direction of your life. You become a living space of peace, and that peace ripples into the world around you. Let's speak one final affirmation together. I am the thinker of my thoughts. I now choose thoughts that create a life of grace, joy, and peace. Let these words stay with you. Carry them gently. Trust that every loving thought is building something beautiful, both within you and around you. You are guided. You are held. You are deeply, deeply loved.